This is Zero Context.
Alrighty.
Alright. We're going to do the funky intro.
Oh, nice. What do you want to do?
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone. That's a bit loud, isn't it? Am I loud?
I reckon you're alright.
Alright. Okay, we're back. If you people thought that we were not going to do an episode in 2020,
You're dead wrong.
you'd probably be right because we weren't going to do this.
Oh, see, you just blew my dead wrong out of the water. Thanks. Thank you.
You're okay. But no, Jesus. But no, we weren't going to do this actually.
Well, actually, I've been pushing for you to do a podcast this whole year, but I know you've been busy, and we're going to talk about that tonight.
Yes, we've both been incredibly busy. So we're recording this, what is it, the 17th of December or something like that?
To be exact, yes, it is the 17th.
It's the 17th of December.
At
So
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. Got the house to myself, so I thought, fuck it, let's just do a podcast.
Why not?
And so it's the first one that we've done. We have been trying to do this. Obviously, some people might not know. Like, I've been moving.
Nobody knows.
No one knows, but I've been like dealing with moving for the last.
Since last year, the end of last year.
Oh yeah, something like that. Yeah. Like we kind of like been prepping for moving and stuff like that. So like before we moved from our old place to where we are now, we're doing. Obviously, when you move, you got to do bond clean at the old house and got to do some stuff at the new house. But we were like doing like minor, like very minor renovations. Like we're doing like new paint, new carpet, bunch of stuff. But where we are now, that's permanent. It's probably we're gonna be here for the next little while. So don't need to worry about leaving. It's pretty much we're all good to go. But it's a permanent setup, so we'll be able to do things a little bit more consistently around here, which is it's been pretty good. Because it is the holidays. Is that camera recording? Let me just check on my glasses so I can just double check we are recording.
The joys of being blind.
all that just to find out that we're recording. Before we get too deep into this episode, we're going to be here for a while. I'm not going to set a length or anything, but because this is the first episode back, we're going to be here for a while. But before we get too deep into it, I have a gift for you.
For me?
I do. I didn't tell him about this, but I got a gift for you. It's not like your actual Christmas present. I'm going to get you something like an actual Christmas present.
You don't need to get me anything, brother.
Yeah, but I will. It doesn't matter.
Oh,
but
geez, this guy.
Because it's Christmas and it's the season for giving back, I got you a gift. I've had this in my possession for about 24 hours, a little over a day. And it's been really hard to I've been biting my tongue the whole time to keep this from you. But I just thought we'd do it on the podcast, get your reaction.
Oh, shit, now I'm scared, guys. I ain't even going to lie.
Without further ado, Merry Christmas, Gilly.
Oh, snap! I'm part of the Logan Paul fan club now with the KSIs.
It's prime time, baby.
It is prime. You know what? Yes. Right there.
So-
product placement. Oh, snap.
Yeah. How fucking gnarly is that?
That is so dumb.
So,
You know, who would have thought that I would get so excited over a drink?
dude, I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, neither have I.
In KSI, Logan, I don't know if you're watching this, but this is hard to get in Australia.
Man, well, look, apparently it's hard to get everywhere. I mean, if you've seen the videos and TikToks and whatnot in the States, like there are literally people like reselling the crap out of these like sneakers. It's insane.
Have you seen the guy who went, it looked like a Costco or something like that, but he went in and they were selling these in cartons. And he just went on an app and he basically put in how much it's worth versus how much he could flip it for and profit-wise. He bought I think it was like 2 or 3 pellets full of the stuff, and then he went home, wrapped it up, and shipped it off. So
Yeah, no, these are going crazy. But apparently it tastes really good.
apparently it's good.
So
Again, I haven't tried it. Gilly hasn't tried
I haven't
it.
tried it, so
Do you want to give it a go?
yeah, let's.
Okay. I've been waiting so long to try this.
I can't
So
believe you kept this from me.
I know.
All right.
Hang on. Ooh, that smells good.
Yeah, that does.
That smells good. Okay,
Alright.
ready? Cheers.
Cheers, brother.
That's nice.
That is nice.
That's really good. Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's actually really fucking good. So I got orange as well. I don't know what the flavor. I don't know if it's just orange, but the red one or the orange one. I don't know. I got one of them. They only had 2 flavors, but that's fucking good.
I mean, what? So it's got in calories per gram, 9 fats, carbohydrates 4, and protein 4. In total, you're looking at a amount per servings 20 calories. It's so, in other words, it's like a 5-minute brisk walk.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it. Like 20 calories, just jump on the treadmill for a bit.
Literally 5 minutes. I can't wait to talk about that sort of stuff later on in this podcast. But yeah.
So while we're on the subject of it, we'll keep the product placement.
Product placement right there.
You're welcome, boys.
All right, cool.
So you recently signed up to a program that I've been on for a while, and I got to give a shout out to Zach Perner. He's basically does like personal training and stuff like that. But you've recently jumped onto one of his programs.
Actually,
how's it going?
No, look, there's something I haven't told you.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and it literally dawned on me the other day. This is not the first time I've been on his program.
Actually?
Yeah, like I'm being dead. Like, cause there was something about the app, right, where I saw the photo, him lifting up his abs, and I was like, I swear I've seen that somewhere. And when I was talking to my sister the other day when I was hanging out with her, she's like, "Weren't you on that program before?" And I remembered I was.
Right.
And this was like a couple of years back, bro. So yeah, but look, the app itself, it's good. I mean, for the price that I'm paying, like what, $10 a week for a meal plan and a workout plan. I'm mainly more using it for the workout plan. The meal plans, I've been kind of getting ideas from it, but I've been kind of adjusting it to my, I guess, what I enjoy to eat in the sense of, being healthy, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's been, keeping me on track, and of course, going to the gym and everything else. But within the last month, I've lost 6.3 kilos.
That's fucking good.
Yeah, man.
That's really good.
I mean, man, look, I'm back in the day, I used to be pretty embarrassed about giving my actual weight. So I was weighing in at 126.3. So now I'm at 120.5. So look, I mean, it's only early days, but I still got to smash, man. I got to get down. So yeah, it's been going good though.
What did you say your goal was? 115?
115 by the 31st. Well, originally it was 120 for the 31st. I can't believe I've smashed that within the last, I really can't believe it. I was like, whoa, okay, that's a significant drop in such a short amount of time. Yeah. So yeah, 115 is for the 31st. And if I get there, cool. If not, look, it's not really the point. The point is, it's got to keep on keeping on.
Yeah. And I'm like the polar opposite of you. I'm trying to put on muscle and I'm trying to put on size, which I've noticed that in your chest and your arms, you have put on size. Yeah. I don't do honestly, I don't do legs too often. I should be, but because I'm not going to say which gym I go to, but the new gym that I go to, the equipment is very, how do you do? It's not very new. And plus some of the stuff on my program, the same one you're doing, they don't have machines for it, so it's like certain things I can't do. It's
the same with the gym as I go. There are certain machines that they don't have that this workout has. But then, I look at the type of exercising, or the exercise that he's trying to show, right? And I just try to incorporate something else. So I'll probably try adding some resistance with holding weights. It's mainly leg stuff, because the gym I go to is the same gym you go to.
Yeah.
But the only problem with my gym is that it's always busy. There's always people. It's small and there's never enough machines to go around. So yeah, I'll do if I have to do legs, I'll do lunges with heavy resistance or some shit, so.
Yeah. Every time I've gone to your gym, it's always busy. Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't like it.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I don't like it either. I mean, I have to, just to get a decent workout, I have to wait until the weekend and go sometime after 9 p.m. because everyone's gone clubbing, right? All the youngers are
Yeah.
So it's, it's not empty, but it's, enough that I can still use, the machines without having to wait too long.
Yeah. One of the things that I've started doing in the last probably 6 months or so is jumping into the sauna, which I've been trying to get you to do.
I knew you were going to bring this up.
But seriously, I've noticed that the sauna really has helped me improve my overall sleep quality, which has been great.
Yeah.
Every time I talk to someone about the sauna, I always talk about the benefits and stuff. Got a lovely phone call coming through. You can take it if you want.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
All right.
And yeah, like it's like it has a bunch of like benefits. Like it produces heat shock proteins, releases endorphins. That like sauna, much like an ice bath, it helps build mental toughness as well.
Yes.
Because for me, when I first hop into a sauna, it's the first 5 minutes I don't find too bad. I actually find it quite relaxing. But depending on like the heat of the the actual sauna itself, because I've noticed like some saunas, like the temperature is slightly different. Usually I can go between 20. Do you want to take it, man?
Yeah, sorry about this, guys.
Another reason why we weren't going to do this was because I was working with a client on, what day is it? Saturday. On Wednesday or Thursday. I was working with a client and it was fine, but she mentioned that she was feeling a little unwell, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And then at the very end, I said to her, I'm like, maybe you should do a test just to make sure. Long story short, like that night around 6 o'clock, she calls me and she's like, basically like, yeah, I've got COVID. And I was like, oh, lovely. Like, that's great. And then me being me, gave myself the placebo effect. You all good, man?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, guys. Anyway, I'm
Everything
back.
all good?
Yeah, everything's all good. She's just letting me know that my beautiful daughter is going to be sleeping over her nana's house tonight. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh, cool.
Anyway, so yeah, look, there is a huge beneficial.
We're past that.
No, I was listening.
Okay, we'll jump back to it. Long story short, I don't have COVID. Anyways, let's just get
No,
back to it.
you weren't even talking about COVID, you jerk.
Yeah, it was. I was saying that. I was scared that I had COVID because I was working with the client. See how much how much I tell you, how much you don't pay attention when you've got this device that you're always on, especially when we go to gym together.
It was okay. We're not going to touch that, okay? Because that's so not true.
Sorry, this is actually really good.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
It's up to you if you want to try the other flavor. We'll see. We'll get through this first, and we can.
No, dude. We've just had our Christmas dinner. Like, I'm so full, dude.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna say anything. I actually do feel I do feel a little. How do you do?
Yeah, I mean, all right. Let's tell the people what happened. Okay, so Sam enjoys complaining about, because he owns his own business, right? So he he doesn't have the luxury of working with colleagues and stuff like that. So I thought, coming down
You didn't
here,
fucking think that.
No,
You didn't think.
no,
Oh,
no,
I'm gonna.
no, because I was
You
hungry.
didn't?
I was hungry. I was like, no, well, we're gonna eat together.
Okay.
So and I'm not gonna just buy for myself. Like, that's just bloody rude.
Oh, I think I'm.
Yeah,
Whatever.
well, anyway,
Anyways.
so I ended up buying him some, like, barbecue brisket sort of thing. So we had like a little Christmas dinner before this. So this is our little Christmas party, I guess.
Yeah.
For Zero Context.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of meat, bro.
It was, and that sounds really bad.
Yeah.
What I was going to say. Well, that's what I said before. I'm like, this is one of the bad things about running your own business is just like, it does suck. It really does suck that you don't really have like colleagues to celebrate with. And that is, I will admit, that is one thing I really do miss about working within a company where you're just an employee.
I agree. Like, working with people is awesome, right? I'm fortunate to work with two cool dudes, but at the same time, there's a bit of solace there working on your own. Sometimes you get that, I can never pronounce the word properly, anonymity of just being able to work autonomously and just get shit done, right? And man, look, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you and I, we've always had this. Well, actually, I should say you've always like to point out the fact that I guess my drive in terms of work. Like, you hate when I take sick days off. And one thing that I'm very proud and I no, this is God honest truth. Yeah. I actually, when I mean proud, I'm also like, sometimes I'm in awe of you. The way your hustle, your drive. I love seeing that shit. Like, and when I see you really like bang out like 2-3 videos for clients and that just makes me more motivated to get my shit together. So, like, I guess there's pros and cons with working with people. I reckon you're more beneficial because it's making you tougher to be that boss that you want to be. Because I know how you want to be very, you want to be successful. So, yeah, man, it
still sucks though. Like
yeah, of course, but
like the last Christmas party, I was thinking about it today actually, because the last like Christmas thing I had was back when I worked at Grilled, and
I remember that.
Yeah, in 2020, I quit Grilled to pursue like full-time videography. But what's funny is because I put my resignation letter in 3 weeks before that, like the new Christmas party, and their Christmas party was at Dreamworld. They basically opened up the park at night. They got every fucking grilled employee in Queensland, or not in Queensland, in Brisbane to go to Dreamworld and stuff. And I had people come up to me like, why don't you just quit after the Christmas party? I'm just like, okay, well, one, it was my first year doing 1 year no alcohol, so I wouldn't be drinking.
Yep.
Plus, I work for myself. I can go to Dreamworld whenever the fuck I want.
Pretty much.
And I'm glad I didn't stay because apparently it was really bad.
This is obviously this is a Christmas episode, but this is also like a catch up of what's been going on in 2022. So I got to have to ask you, Sam.
Don't ask me. Dude, I was actually thinking about this today. I actually don't know because all I've done is fucking work. Work and move. That's all I've done.
But
that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I don't feel like I've done anything else.
I beg to differ. I think you've, done quite a lot this year.
Yeah? Like what? You tell me what I've done.
Well, let's see. You've smashed out a lot of those mine videos and, bacon busters and stuff like that. I mean, hey, dude, like...
Yeah.
I mean, and also being able to do all of that while still juggling and renovating this place. I mean, guys, if you could see his house, it's pretty awesome.
It's looking banging right now.
Yeah.
We got Christmas lights up. We got the tree going.
Yeah.
We got aircon now, which let me just say, this house I don't know how long this house has been standing for, but we've finally got aircon, and it is amazing. Actually, no, we've got fans. We got fans, let alone aircons. Like it's great.
Hey,
so
it's good.
But yeah, like I've done I've done a lot of work in terms of real estate this year. And this is
You've made some good connections this year, and
I have. It has been good. It's been great. One of the things, and I was thinking about this because I genuinely didn't know what we're going to talk about today. So next year in 2023, because for the last 4 years that I've been working in real estate, I've only been doing videos. And one of the complaints that I keep getting from clients, or I've heard from clients in the past, is that the fact that I don't supply
photos
and floor plans and drone photos. So come next year, we're going to be offering pretty much everything in one go. So rather than real estate agents having to call up, oh, hey, Sam, can you work on this at this time? And then they'll call up their photographer and see if they can work at the same time. It's like, oh no, the photographer can't work same time as me. And that just fucks up the vendor's schedule as well. So it's just going to be streamlined
Yep.
from here on out. So
that's good, man.
Yeah, it's going to be good. Does that mean some other work's going to be taken from other photographers? Maybe. Because at the end of the day, it's in the real estate's hands if they want to continue to get me for just videos or if they want to do me for photos. It's completely in their hands. Well, it's just a service that they can do if they want to do it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, it looks like these days that's exactly what's going on, though, with terms of videography, is that, majority of people are also looking for a package where you get the videos and photos and what you're offering. So it's not really taking away business from photographers. I mean, I'm seeing photographers turning into videographers. It's...
Yeah, it's like Sinclair. Our mate Chris, he's starting to do videos now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's good to balance it out and do that.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a photographer, a mate of mine. His name's shout out to Dylan Evans Photography, and yeah, he's doing videography as well. But he's mainly a photographer. His work is absolutely dope as hell. But yeah, like it's just one of those things that I'm noticing that it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
So
this is going to sound contradicting though. So I'm going to be offering all that. But at the same time, I want to take a step back from real estate. And the only reason why I say that is because I realized this year how much I did real estate videos. And it's like, it feels like it is the only thing I did. Because I'm working on the 2022 show reel at the moment. I got some cool stuff. I did a heap of mining stuff, tourism stuff, event stuff. But what I'm noticing is I did a lot of real estate this year and I want to change that. So one thing you and I were talking about the other day was that... and I'm sorry, guys, if we're just going in multiple directions here, but
hence why the title was Zero Context.
Yeah. One of the things I said to you was, I hate that I've aligned video work with money, and I hate that when I think about doing video work, it's what's in it for me instead of, oh hey, what can I make out of this? And I hate that, and I fucking hate that I've kind of just turned into that kind of person, which come next year, I wanted.
That's part of business, right? Like you'll think, like I understand you need that creative sort of outlet, right?
Yeah.
In order to enjoy your job. And this is what we spoke about before. I mean, I don't blame you for thinking like that, right? Because at the end of the day, it is a business, and the whole point of a business is to make money.
Yeah.
But as a creative or creator, I should say, I totally 100% feel for you. That's why I guess, you know, in a lot of sense, I've pulled away myself from being in front of the camera, and I enjoy more doing the editing sort of stuff in my job.
Yeah.
But I would say, hey, yeah, look, like I told you, next year, be creative. Do some more creative stuff and not worry about, you know, the paycheck. Or worry about the paycheck, keep doing your real estate, and then when you got time, start doing some projects of your own. You know, creative. Used to love doing short movies. Do that.
Yeah. I've had a few ideas for short films. I used to make it, I think we've spoken about it before. I used to do it, like short films and stuff. I used to do it heaps back in the day. And I got some ideas for ones that I'd like to do. So, and that's pretty much how it's going to work. That's how I imagine next year is going to run. It's just going to be, obviously work comes first, but then I really want to do some other stuff, because if you look at my personal Instagram, I've posted nothing this year. I posted like one thing.
I think the most stuff that you posted is just mainly more work, like the property stuff.
Yeah.
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 I mean, in terms of...
no, just my personal page.
Oh, your personal?
My personal page.
Wow.
I've done 2 posts this year.
Dude, I'm terrible at keeping my Instagram posts running, like, seriously. I don't even know how I've got followers. Like, the last time I've posted was... Oh, geez. When I was at Supernova in November.
Yeah.
The last post I did, I think.
Shit.
Yeah. Like, I'm not like you. You consistently, like, take photos and that, especially of me, you bastard, when I'm not looking.
Yeah. Well, if you were to look at my Instagram page back in, let's say 2015. 2015 was a very prominent year for me, because it was like my gap year between high school and university. But through that year, I did so much stuff. So much stuff. And I captured a lot of it on camera. And I thought, you know, as the year went on, I just put up photos of me going to the beach, going to finding waterfalls. You know, I was nearly 18, so a bit of cheeky underage drinking, so going to parties. It was the year everyone in my grade turned 18, so it was pretty much like 18th after 18th, and it was like that throughout the year. And it was just a big, just fun experience. Like, that's the best way I can describe it.
Well,
not saying I want to go back into that. I don't want to go back into that. But photo-wise, capturing moments, that's what I want to do.
Okay. Because from what I'm getting from you is like, okay, so you want more of a work-life balance. Because right now, like, I ain't going to lie, this year for you, you really haven't had much leisure time. Because really, you've been working and then obviously coming back home and working on the house and stuff like that. You really haven't, you know, done much leisure time. So maybe next year is the year of... Hell, man, let's just, you and I start doing, like, going to different events, which we're already starting. I mean, yeah, like,
it's a shame that Supernova video didn't turn out as great as it could have been.
Man, I reckon that's
we can still shop that. We shot for those that don't know, we shot a Supernova video in November, and you've told me it was like the biggest Supernova there's been in years.
Yeah, so for those that don't know, Supernova is a pop culture event, right? That pretty much think of nerds who love their superheroes and anime and stuff like that. Anyway, so since obviously the pandemic, each year the Supernova has been quieter and quieter, and it was just abysmal. This year, it was like as if, you know, COVID never happened.
Yeah.
It was huge.
Yeah.
In terms of people coming out, in terms of vendors, all the vendors were back. The only thing that I guess was ashamed is that the star power, like I guess the Hollywood actors that do come out, you know, who we got Carl.
We got Carl from The Walking Dead. I saw him.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah,
that was pretty sick. Who before? Do you remember when before everyone came through like the floodgates? We'll call it. There was an actor walking around. I forgot what his name was.
You mean the Australian dude?
Yeah, what was his name?
You mean Lincoln Lewis?
Lincoln Lewis, yeah.
Wally Lewis's son.
Yeah. He was just wandering around. Like, it wasn't... I mean, I know he's not like a big, massive actor, but like, it's just bizarre. I'm like, I've seen you on TV and you're like 2 feet away from me. I'm like, hey. That's just how I felt, but it was cool. It was like... It was a really cool experience.
I hear that the way you attract those types of people is you just don't make a big fuss about them. And
well, yeah.
And then that's why I was like, oh, yeah, there is. Cool. Whoop-de-doo-dah. Like, I mean...
We weren't really trying to... attract him though. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. No, we weren't. But yeah, no, Supernova was fun though. But I think next year we should start doing like going and trying out new stuff and just capturing moments, man.
Yeah.
Because like I'll be honest with you, like I know the other mates that I do have aren't as oh no, they're outgoing, but I reckon like in terms of when you and I kind of egg each other on, we normally
In
do crazy
what
stuff.
way? In like a
Oh, like
creative
for
way?
like well, yeah, in creative or like for instance, if I try to get you to like for instance, let's go do skydiving, you'd be like, nah, and I'm like, come on, let's go.
Would you do skydiving?
I'm afraid of fucking heights. The only reason why I brought up skydiving is the most extreme thing, but you know what? Maybe.
Was
Hell,
that with-
if
yeah.
we can get like maybe 1,000 subscribers on this channel,
That'd actually be a kind of a cool goal.
we'll
We'll say it now. Yeah, if our YouTube channel hits 1,000 subscribers, we won't give a deadline.
if it does.
If it does, we'll go skydiving. We'll make it a thing.
Wait, I shouldn't tell this story. I shouldn't, but I will because it's
If people want to see us skydive, because I'm fucking terrified.
Oh no,
of
I'm terrified. Oh,
skydiving.
no. Look, I am so scared of heights. My sister, who's 4'11", I think she's a short little girl. She's gone skydiving.
Yeah.
Okay, like that shows how much balls she has compared to me. All right, like I am petrified of it. Um, but mind you, this is a story I was gonna say. When I met my wife, she asked me if I'd done anything crazy, and I literally made the biggest load of lies up, which I said, yeah, I went skydiving butt naked, which you can't do, by the way. And she believed me until one day after, like probably 2-3 years later down the track,
Yeah.
she caught me out on that lie. And I'm like, oh, to this day, I don't, yeah, she just never gives up on it. But going skydiving with you, that'd be cool, man. That'd be cool. If we can get 1,000 subscribers, I will literally man the hell up and pray to whatever God I believe in at that time.
Actually, I was about to say, this isn't really scary. It's not really a... hot air balloons, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool thing to do. They do them down at the Gold Coast.
I would probably prefer to skydive than hot air balloon.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because
Fuck that.
I'll tell you why. It's just, okay, like I said, I have a huge fear of heights, right?
Yeah.
With skydiving, it only lasts like what? It only lasts maybe
The fall.
the
oh,
fall itself. Like,
really?
well, no, after the initial, I guess, impulse of the speed, then it starts feeling like you're floating, right? From what I've
Yeah.
been told.
I
So
was going to say, you're telling me this, yet you've never skydived.
no, no,
I'd be
no.
like,
I've
yeah,
asked.
so
no,
this
no,
is how it happens.
No, but I've asked my sister, right, and
Yeah.
a couple of other friends have done it. Now I can handle that because I know I'm going down. Being up in the air in a little basket for a long period of time, because it will, right, scares the utter crap out of me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, all it takes is a little gust of wind, and that basket could easily tip over, and you're done. It's the truth.
How many hot air balloons accidents have there been in Australia in the last 2 years?
I know.
Exactly. So what the
Doesn't
fuck
mean
are you
it-
complaining about?
But it doesn't mean it can't happen, Samuel.
Anyways, Gilly, tell us about your 2020. So
Oh Jesus!
yeah, so you've had a fair bit of stuff happen this year. So what's new with you?
It's been a roller coaster year for me in terms of happiness, a little bit of depression, bit of anger, and then back to happiness again and feeling content. So let's see. We started off 2022 relatively well. I was working at my previous job because I'm no longer there. I was working at Tactical Edge Hobbies. I was going to leave the industry completely, but then, me and my now current boss, Brad Towner from Armored Heaven, we spoke, and I joined Armored Heaven. And as you are aware, because you did the video, Samuel, did this little cheeky video of me coming to Armored Heaven, which I think got some pretty good response out of. So there's been that, but during that time I was going through some stuff in terms of like I was just going through some stuff. We'll just leave it as that, and luckily I've been able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and now I'm back loving creative content, and I've been learning a whole bunch of other skills that I wasn't able to learn, I guess, back at Tech Edge. I've been able to fall back in love with video creating, which has been good. You know, the other cool factor is that I did have a bit. Well, it's cool in the sense that it woke me up, but I had a bit of a health scare, being morbidly obese for my height. So yeah, you know, I've gone back and really like reassessed, and yeah, man, I've been on that health kick and trying to just live healthy. Not trying to live under any sort of fad or diet, just trying to live healthy, man. And it's been working out. So yeah, it's been good. It's had its ups and downs, man. But the one thing that I can say about 2022 is that I feel like it's been more of a building block for next year. I feel like next year is going to be a big one.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
At the moment, I just feel like next. I've actually seen a lot of people say like 2022 just feels like a practice run for 2023, and a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, new year, new me." I don't really think they're meaning that. I just think, yeah, exactly that. I feel like everything that I've been doing this year is kind of like, yep, cool practice, putting it into full effect next year.
Yeah, I feel like you know, this year's been, it's like the build up to something. I don't know exactly what that is, but
I've seen because I've started training pretty consistently. I keep seeing this thing all over my TikTok. It's like the old me is coming back. And that's how I feel. That is like the best way I can describe how I feel. It feels like the old me is coming back.
oh,
Why is that a bad thing for you?
no, yeah, I'm a bit opposite.
Yeah?
I feel like a new me is like a dawn of new age.
Fuck, no, fuck that. That makes me sound sad now.
No. It's good that the old you, right? Like, because you might feel like, you know, whether you've lost your way or whatever it may be, right? But for me, my way's always been lost, right? Like in the sense of like a good, maybe 2 decades of really, you know, not taking care of myself and just doing a lot of silly stuff. I feel like, you know, especially this year, I really have knuckled down, and yeah, I just feel like it's a dawn of a new age come 2023 in myself, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the new me, and yeah. So.
It's deep. We shot a video the other day at Home and Heaven.
Yeah.
And I said it to you pretty. I don't know if I said it. I actually don't know if I said this to you. It was like one of the funnest shoots that I've had in a while.
Yeah, it was pretty fun, man.
And all I did was, we had one camera going on a tripod. I stood off to the side and just captured handheld stuff. And then, because we're doing less sit-down interviews, I don't know what it was, but I really enjoyed you, Brad, Odin, and the other 2 blokes that were there. It was just a lot of banter. Everyone was laughing, having a good time. And I haven't had a shoot like that. And this is no disrespect to any of my other clients. Love working with you. But that shoot in particular, I don't know what it was. It was just fun. It just felt like a really good time. And I feel like you guys really do bounce well off each other.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm fortunate that I have those 2 dudes like working by, like, you know, working by their side sort of thing. Brad, he's definitely he's a character. Like, if you ever meet Brad Towner, guys, I'm telling you right now, you will automatically see it. He's definitely a character. He's a good bloke. Odin, I mean, Odin's that kind of quiet, sort of like, I don't know how you can, like, just this quiet lug that when he opens up, you saw it. Like, he has this personality, is so infectious. It's so cool. And yeah, we just bounce off each other. We do kind of see each other as brothers, like where Odin would be the bigger brother, Brad's the smaller brother, the younger brother, I should say, and I'm the middle child. But when we work well, man, it is, dude, like, we kick some goals, right? Like, it is so, it's so, like, you can feel the electricity in the air. And I know that's so, I don't know, that's such a typical thing to say, but it's true. Like, we just, yeah, man, it's really cool. So, yeah, that shoot was awesome. In terms of this year, I mean, shit, I think one of the biggest controversies this year was the slap heard around the world.
Oh, the Will Smith slap.
Yeah. The reason why I'm using this as a segue for something else.
Okay, we'll talk about this. I remember when that happened because I was at my desk and we were talking in my uni group chat, and we're like, Will Smith just slapped Chris Rock on stage. And
you sent me a message.
And it was happening live.
Yep.
And it kind of, I remember when it happened because no one had the full audio from it. So it was kind of like, all you saw was Will Smith go,
yep.
You couldn't hear it. But then someone filmed it. It was actually came from Australia first. Someone filmed their TV.
Yeah.
And you heard Will Smith swear. And as soon as he heard him say, keep my name out of your...
keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Yeah. As soon as he said fucking, everyone knew that was real. Because you cannot say that on... Basically, it's the Oscars. You cannot do that.
Well, no one's ever done it, right? Yeah. I mean, like, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it was I guess a bad stain on that sort of event, but to me it shows, that everyone has flaws, right? And especially with somebody like the likes of Will Smith, who likes to portray himself as Mr. Goody Two Shoes. It was finally good to see that the man is battling some demons, and like any other normal person, people will break.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, it had to happen globally.
Do you think what he did was acceptable?
No, God, no.
Okay,
no,
I don't know where you're leaning because
no,
that was borderline assault.
No. Like, I was talking more of the sense that it brought light to, I guess, for me, it brings light to the fact that not a lot of men like to talk about their issues, right? Where I think if you could have that one person that you can talk to, whether it be a friend or whatever, it's always a good thing, because the last thing you want is to do something stupid like that or worse, right? And that's what it showed. Like, the man has been dealing with a whole bunch of shit, especially when it comes to his wife.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what people like to put a spin on, but I mean, you saw it clear as day. I mean, everyone was laughing, and then the second she rolled her eyes, he arced up.
Yeah, because he was he laughed, and then Jada was like,
exactly, and it was the most innocent little jab that you could ever. And the thing is, Chris Rock has said the same shit to her in the past.
And you know what's even worse? If Will didn't say anything, no one would have fucking remembered that joke.
Exactly.
It was not... I don't want to say it wasn't a big deal, because
everyone goes on about the alopecia. Oh my God.
Is that what she's got?
Yeah, look... I mean, no one was talking, like, it's literally the most, it just flies over your head, that comment. But it's just ridiculous, man.
I totally think if he didn't get up and...
It would have been fine.
It would have been fine.
Like, if you would have just, maybe had a chat with him afterwards going, hey, I didn't appreciate that, blah, blah. That would have been fine, right? But it goes to show, like, the amounts of pressure that these people are on. It goes to show that really anyone could be in the same amount of pressure in different scenarios. All you need to do is just talk.
Yeah.
And maybe you can come up to a situation, and no one deserves to be slapped and humiliated over something like that.
Yeah.
Right? No one deserves to be assaulted, but at the same time, no one deserves to be... I guess in the sense of that, Will put himself in a situation that he shouldn't be in.
Yeah. And what's happened with him? He's been banned from the Oscars for 10 years.
Yeah.
He's stepped out of the, what is it, something Film Academy.
Yeah,
I can't remember what it was.
He can't attend. He can't, he's not part, he can't vote on like, I think because when you're a part of that association, you can vote and stuff for, like, who's going to win the Oscars. I don't think he can do that, I believe. Okay. But I mean, look, the thing is that nobody wants to touch his content.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, his latest movie, Emancipation, was meant to be an Oscar-worthy movie, and nobody's making a big fuss. It's like,
let's talk about it. He did the slap, an hour later he won an Oscar. How fucked is that?
Well, actually, I mean, dude, what was more stuffed up is that the crowd was cheering for a man who had just assaulted another man and acted like... What does that say about our society?
Yeah.
Like, are we teaching kids that, hey, you know what? It's okay because you've got a just cause, but it's okay to go hit somebody.
I heard, I don't know if this is true, but apparently someone or security went up to him and told him to leave, and he refused. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
Who knows?
But that probably that could have happened.
I mean, like, Jim Carrey, like, was very, like, vocal about that whole situation.
What did he say?
Oh, he was just pretty much saying that, it's absolutely crazy how the audience were clapping for his speech and him winning, when really he took away, like, it was a very selfish move because he took away the limelight of the winners who won that award that Chris was presenting, right? Like, I think that was Quest. I think it was a music one where Questlove won, but Questlove couldn't from the Roots. He didn't get a speech, or he did get a speech. I don't know. But all I know is that everyone was worried about the slap. But and then funny enough, I was watching a TikTok video where they were showing how even Jim Carrey is a bit of a hypocrite because he was talking about the Will Smith thing.
Yeah.
And then they showed a clip back in, I think, 2002 or something where it was Cameron Diaz. And
I know what you're talking about this, yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it?
Where are you going with this? Because he was taking a stab at the dude.
He was taking a stab at the dude, but then a few years later down the track, he does the exact same thing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Okay.
to
I
another
haven't seen
female.
that.
So just to bring some context into this, so Jim Carrey, so Cameron Diaz is pretty much not hosting. She's what is
Just
it?
presenting.
She's
something.
presenting an award. I don't know which award show, but she was doing it with Chris Isaac. And Chris, it was for Best Kiss. That's right. It was for the Best Kiss of whatever year. And I think Dumb and Dumber was part of the, that kiss that he does with Laurel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that real disc. Yeah. So Jim Carrey wins. But before they actually mention the winner, Chris Isaac goes in for the kiss. And you see Cameron Diaz, like...
Mind you, she did not want to do that. That was visibly uncomfortable.
She was visibly... she was she even raised her voice at one point, but with a smile on her face. But Chris Isaac kept on going, persist until she finally had to give in. Which, right there,
did she? I didn't see.
Yeah.
No,
Like she gave it. Like you can see that he goes in for the kiss. Whether he actually kissed her, I don't know. But like that's bullshit. So when Jim Carrey wins, the first thing he does to stick up for Cameron Diaz is he goes straight up to Chris Isaac and plants a kiss on him right on the lips.
If you see when he wins and he's in the chair, he's just there, he's just smiling, he just goes. Yeah, because he knew exactly what he was about to do.
Exactly, but the thing is, the kiss after he kissed Chris Isaac straight on the lips, you see Chris Isaac's face just in pure disgust, and he wipes his mouth, and he's like utterly in disgust, which is hilarious. But the reason why I'm saying that Jim Carrey is a bit of a hypocrite at the same time is a few years later, Jim does the same thing. I can't remember to which actress, but once again, it's an award show. He goes up and plants a kiss on the. I guess who was it again? It was the chick from Clueless.
I know who you're doing.
Alicia Silverstone.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he planted a kiss on her. But
Was
she
it-
didn't want it. No,
didn't
she
she?
wasn't
Okay.
expecting it.
I've
So
seen
it's a
that.
bit of a catch. But the whole premise of this is that it's just funny how people act in certain situations, right? And it's just like, come on,
Yeah.
like pull your heads in.
But with Will Smith, though, he put out a video, I don't know.
I haven't seen that one yet.
He put out a video a short while ago with him sitting down, kind of addressing the situation. And all I really took from it was he said, I've reached out to Chris and he doesn't want to talk just yet. Just yet. So he's not saying he doesn't want to talk, he just wants... But you know what? I'm not going to get into it, but similar situations where you kind of get assaulted and you don't want to see the person. I can kind of get how that feels. I didn't really want to transition to this, but yeah, like that's, you don't
I
want
know
to...
exactly how that feels.
Yeah,
But,
so you don't want to talk about it for... You don't want to see them, so...
No, God, no, of course not. No, you don't want to see him for a while. God knows it's, something that does play in people's minds quite a bit, which I can absolutely assume that, it would be playing on Chris's mind for a while. It must have, But then, after that, what happened? You had the great Dave Chappelle get tackled on stage this year.
That happened this year?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that happened this year.
Which, by the way, we're seeing him in February.
I know.
that was
the segue. I wanted to get into Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
So he gets tackled on stage, but then this time,
they beat the fuck out of him, didn't
they?
they?
Crap out of that
I forgot about that. Yeah. It happened. They took him out back, did what he did, and Dave went and had a look, and then he came back and he was like, "Fuck it, you should see what they just did." Oh, he left with like, do you remember?
His arm was like bent like this way.
That.
No, they broke his arm, and the thing is that it wasn't backstage. They literally just pushed him in the back of the stage where it was nice and dark, but you could see the silhouettes of people just kicking, just stomping him to the ground.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so I mean, it's been a crazy year, man.
It's been a pretty full on year. I'm trying to think about what else has happened this year.
Man, it's been there's so many things that have happened this year. I mean, like oh man, let's see. I mean, we've had some people die on us, that's for sure. Which is
Not the fucking Queen.
well, yeah.
The Queen died this year.
I mean, look, let's be honest. I mean, look, we all knew she was gonna go sometime soon, but
Yeah.
it's still crazy to think that we now have a king instead of a queen.
Yeah. Are they bringing out new 50-cent coins?
I think next year. I think
Okay.
they'll have to, man. They have to.
Yeah. I just didn't know if they're going to do it with because, you know, they put the year they're made. I didn't know they're going to put it on 2020 because it's like the year he did become
I don't
king.
know. All I know is, you know, I always felt comfortable having the Queen's head next to my nuts now. And I know that sounds disrespectful, but it's the truth now to have Charles near me there.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Well, not yet. Haven't got the Queen's out yet. Have you seen The Crown? I have.
No. But
I actually didn't know. I didn't know it was about the actual royal family. I've heard about The Crown. I knew Matt Smith was in it, and it was like around the time the Queen died. I'm like, oh, that show's about them. I didn't know that.
Well, I actually watched the first 2 episodes of that Harry and Meghan doco.
I haven't seen that. I've seen comments. What's it like? What's it actually about?
Well, it's it's about the life and how, you know, they got together and what transpired after they got together, like the wedding and all that sort of stuff. But like I said, I've only seen the first 2 episodes. I mean, like, you know, you'd be a fool not to think that, you know, that the establishment will do anything in their power to protect that, you know, that machine. And like,
are you referring to Diana?
Oh no, I'm referring to like the okay. So once Megan joined, I guess, the family, right? They literally did everything they could to kind of compare her with Kate, and they're always trying to make Megan look like, you know, she's like the villain, right? And this is the thing though, because Kate is that pure Aryan blood, if you want to, you know, put it that way. This is how I felt. Anyway, This is my perspective on it. That they were always pinning them, and it's kind of fucked. And Harry was just like, hey, look, I just want to be happy. After my mother died, you know, you can tell he didn't really want to be part of the machine of what is the royal family, you know. And
because I'm not too caught up, I really don't pay much attention.
Man.
Oh no, just that whole like the whole situation. So what is it with Harry? He stepped away from the royal family.
Yeah, he stepped away with the royal family because he felt like he had to protect his wife. And
why does he say that?
Oh, because like with all the, I guess, all the malice from, you know, the UK tabloids and stuff like that, even though it's going to happen, but he just wanted to step away from all of that because they weren't getting any protection from the royal family, if anything. Yeah. He was like, you know, battling with his brother and his, you know, all this sort of shit. So he's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna, you know, I've got a family. I've got a kid. I'm gonna have to protect them. Screw this. I'm out. And,
yeah.
You know?
The reason why I say, are you referring to Diana? Because there's been some conspiracies about whether or not that was a targeted attack or not. So when you say like to
I wasn't
yeah,
talking about
to
Diana.
protect Megan, I'm just like, okay, is he worried about something?
Well, I mean, look, who knows, right?
Yeah,
like,
they're a powerful family, bro.
Well,
very powerful family.
Yeah. They are. Oh, I mean, are they?
I don't know.
I mean,
like I said, I don't pay much attention.
Like,
I'm gonna look up something real quick because something's been appearing. Have you heard? Hello, Messi. Have you heard of the Rothschild family?
Oh, of course, man. We're talking about the Rothschilds. Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone knows about the Rothschilds and.
Well, I only found out like a couple of days ago.
Jeez, where have you been?
Through, of course, TikTok, and these. Are you okay? Hey, you all right?
Yeah, she's just chilling.
Okay. I was watching TikTok, so this popped up, and it's like basically, I can't remember how the TikTok played out, but it's basically saying, "Hi, my name is was it Richard, or something like that." But basically said, "I'm a part." It was like they were talking for him. It was like just a random speech, but it was kind of like, basically making up words that he said, but he was just explaining who he is and what his family is, and basically saying that his family is the wealthiest, and they are actually the people who control the world.
Yeah, that's one of the
What's the go with that? I should have looked into this before you even said it.
You're asking me something that, like, look, I'm not 100%, like, I don't want to really, like I've seen videos on YouTube and stuff about the Rothschild, right? Like, I know that they're a family, very well powerful, and yeah, there are some theories, conspiracy theories, that saying that they run the world because they own several, I think, banks and stuff. I think it is what it is.
I think it's banks. Yeah.
But they, like, for instance, they just some people say, you know, the New World Order type of thing, you know, a lot of demonic type shit. This is craziness. I mean, they even say that they have, you know, that scene in have you ever seen Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman?
I don't think so. Oh, that sounds familiar.
It's a Stanley Kubrick movie, right?
Yeah.
Now,
ooh, that sounds good, actually.
yeah. But the thing is this, right? The movie was so controversial because it showed a lot of the whole movie's about secret societies.
Yeah.
Right. And that this doctor walked into this secret society and he saw a lot of shit. Now, Stanley, the director, put a lot of, like, hidden, because he's always putting hidden messages in his movies. Now, people say that the most infamous scene, which was this, when Tom Cruise enters this fucking palace, and it's like this sex fucking orgy, fucking secret society sort of thing. Anyway, that actually is a proper Rothschild party style. Like, so the movie, before it even fucking got released.
What's it called? Sorry, Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. Before the movie even got released, Warner Brothers actually pulled it away and forced the movie to get edited, right? And to never be seen again, those deleted scenes. And then, funny enough, I think Stanley Kubrick died suddenly before the release of the movie as well. So apparently there was a whole bunch of fucking stuff that Stanley showed in that movie that apparently the Rothschilds and others did not want to be exposed on. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting thing, man. You should read on Reddit, man, because people have written theses on it, man. It's crazy. But yeah, the Rothschilds ain't no joke, man. They've had, like, they believe that there's been, I think, theories, or not theories, but rumors that they have, like, cannibalism parties and shit like that, and a whole bunch of weird shit, man. Whole bunch of weird shit. That family's fucked up.
Sorry, I was just responding to one message.
And
that sounds terrifying.
I think one of the Hilton sisters are married to a Rothschild, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want to try an orange one?
I don't know.
You're good.
I'm gonna keep that orange one for my workout.
Okay.
But by the way, Prime. Seriously, guys, get into it.
I don't really feel like we touched on this enough. That was really enjoyable.
It's nice. I really like it.
It feels weird holding it. It's just like I've been wanting to get. It's just a fucking drink.
No,
that's all it is.
I know what this reminds me of now. It just came back to me, and you won't know a single thing about this, but anyone that's over the age of, I guess, 35, and that's lived in Queensland, there was this drink that back in primary school called ISO Sport, and it was like in this weird sort of, I don't know. It's not your typical, like, fruit box, but it was an energy drink. It was one of the first energy drinks, sort of like Gatorade, but it tastes like that.
Yeah, right.
It just brought me flashbacks of my youth. But yeah, this is good.
Yeah, I'd recommend. What's your thoughts on secret societies?
What's my thoughts on secret societies, man? I don't really I think with secret societies, man, you just like. I would love for them to come to light, because, I mean, there's obviously something that they're guarding in terms of it to be secret, right?
Yeah.
Like, what exactly are they hiding, or what are they running? Like, you know, so it'd be interesting to know that sort of shit.
I haven't really thought about it too much. I just remember the opening scene of Mr. Robot, which, mind you, I haven't really watched a whole lot of Have you watched Mr. Robot?
No.
So one of the opening scenes, he basically says, you know, he talks about the people who run the world, but then he kind of like reiterates, and he's like, no, the people who really run the world. And I think that's what got me so intrigued about the Rothschild family.
Rothschild.
Roths. Roth.
It's Roth.
Rothschild.
TH.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Rothschild family.
Yeah.
Was that it's kind of interesting because I remember a couple of years ago there was a video that popped up on YouTube. I think it was a part of a documentary, and it was this film crew, and I can't remember if it was Bill Clinton or someone was in office. But there's like this getaway place, and I don't know if it's in San Francisco. It's in the what's the woods called, the redwood forest.
Yeah, that's in San Fran.
I don't know if it's there or but it's kind of like in that kind of environment, like, you know, very massive trees. And there's this area where this group of people go to, and there was a president that went there, and there was a film crew that snuck in, and it was like late at night, and there was like a bonfire going on. Everyone was dressed up in like a red clothing. Does this sound familiar to you?
No.
I'll see if I can find a photo, and I'll keep talking about it. But this crew snuck in.
Like, that's the thing. Like, everyone assumes it's straight satanic once they start wearing robes and they're dancing around in the dark bonfire. But, I mean, it could have been something else.
Yeah, I was trying to look it up. President secret meeting in the forest.
Jeez.
Bohemian Grove. Is
Okay.
that familiar? Okay. Let's just look it up because I remember hearing. Yeah. So maybe it's not the redwood forest at all. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but that's kind of what it looks like.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Very like creepy.
I mean, look, if we're gonna be 100% real, like if we honestly think that, each continent or country, the supposed government is what runs the show, you'd be a fool, because honestly, what runs the show is corporations, conglomerates, people who own those types of infrastructure and companies are the ones who really run the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because not for a second do I think, the president of the United States really runs the show.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on.
No,
Like,
God, no, I don't believe
be
that.
100% real. We all know that's false. We know that, Mr. Albanese, as much as, in my opinion, is a legend, runs the country. No. Like, he has his advisors, but he's also promised other people who with high power, who've supported his campaign. And those are the people that run the show because they pull his strings, right?
So this is a good way of explaining it. Bohemian Grove, where the rich and powerful go to misbehave. Every July, some of the richest and most powerful men in the world gather at a 2,700-acre campground in Monterey, California for 2 weeks of heavy drinking, super secret talks, druid worship. The group insists they are simply revering the redwoods and other rituals. Their purpose is to escape the frontier culture or uncivilized interests of common men. So,
man, maybe
just a
that's
cheeky little getaway with the boys.
maybe that's what Kanye was all talking about then.
Oh yeah, let's transition. Fucking, that was a cheeky transition.
Oh, jeez.
So what the fuck is up with that?
Oh man, Kanye West, what isn't up with that? I mean, 2022 has been the year of Kanye, hasn't it? Because the motherfucker. Oh man, it's been hilarious. Let's see. He's gone on a tirade on his ex-wife's boyfriend, right? Like literally just.
Well, they're not together anymore.
No, but this is what I mean. Like he went on a tirade on him, right? Caused the man to go into have a mental breakdown. This is after him and Kim broke up, mind you, and I'm talking about Pete Davidson. So poor Pete goes into a mental breakdown afterwards, and then Kanye persists to still throw a little bit of jabs after that. Like, come on. And then the thing is that you think Kanye would have some sort of empathy because he has mental health issues, but then something happened. I'm not 100% up on it, but something happens, and then Kanye goes on an anti-Semitic rant, and then challenges Adidas to pretty much drop him.
Yeah, because then he say I can say satanic shit.
Well,
and
before
Adidas
that,
can't drop me.
he was trying to get out of his contract, and Adidas is like, nah.
Why?
He just wanted out. I can't remember exactly. Oh, I don't know the real reason.
Wasn't that worth over $1 billion?
Yeah, he was. Because he also had the Gap. He had the Gap contract. Because he had his Yeezy Gap collaboration, where he was the way this promotion was going to work is that he made sure that the Gap, which is a clothing brand, they would put his merch in massive like rubbish bags and put it in the front of the store. There was no presentation. It's just like you just rumble through the garbage bags. He's an idiot, but anyway. And then so he goes on to his anti-Semitic and how he hate like all Jews are evil or some shit like that. And next thing you know, Adidas is like, you know what? Peace, we're out.
Yeah.
$1 billion. And then what happens straight after that? He loses his $1 billion contract, and then the divorce with Kim gets finalized, and then he gets slapped with he has to pay her $200,000 a month for child support.
Yeah.
200 grand. This woman is a billionaire herself.
Yeah, especially she doesn't need the money.
She doesn't need the money, but they're taking him to the cleaners. And a lot of people would say, yeah, good, so they should. You got to remember, this man, once again, mental health issues.
Yeah.
Like, you know, come on. Like, let's keep it 100.
I got a friend, Michaela. I think she likes my podcast. I don't know. Maybe she hates it. You never know. But she's a psychologist, and she'd probably have a bit of input on that as well.
Yeah, it'd be. Look, I would love to talk to a psychologist and find out exactly what was his deal. Like, it'd be interesting.
Yeah. Michaela, I'm putting it out to you. If you listen to this, send me a message about what you think about it, and we'll read it on the next podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's. I don't know, man. I was listening to what Kanye song was I listening to the other day? Jail Part 2 with Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah.
I was listening to it and I'm like, this feels weird.
I mean,
I feel like a bit of a dick listening
look, I ain't
to
gonna lie,
Kanye
like,
now.
Marilyn Manson's like on another level, man. He's a bit of a despicable human.
Yeah.
Some of the shit he's done, but yeah. I mean, look, I've tried. I want the old Kanye back. I'm gonna say it now. I love the old Kanye. When I listen to, I still listen to College Dropout. I still listen to Graduation, Late Registration. Those are probably the only 3 albums I listen to. I mean, my sister, man, like one of his songs came on the other day when I was with her, and she was like, "What are you doing? What do you mean? What are you listening to Kanye for? He's a piece of shit." And I'm thinking,
oh
man.
my lord.
And I was like, look. Okay, he's a piece of shit now, but back then his music was good, so fucking tough luck. We're gonna listen to this song.
Yeah, I mean, I kept listening to the song. I just like,
But then it's okay. Like, would you listen to R. Kelly stuff?
no.
Okay, because you know he just released an album.
Yeah, what was it called? It was like I did it. Or
I
something?
did it.
Some fucking weird shit.
Yeah, it's something like I admit to it or some shit like that. But apparently, what has happened? Reports have come out saying that he has put out a statement saying he didn't release the album. It's a bootleg.
What?
But
really?
But this is the thing. A bootleg means that you did the song. That's not fake. So in other words, you've done the song, so you've admitted it, regardless of like you trying to go, I haven't put it out an album, motherfucker. It doesn't matter. You've made a song stating that you admit to loving little girls. So
wait, because I haven't listened to the song. What?
I haven't heard the song either,
okay.
but apparently the song goes that he admits to all of the transgressions that he's been accused of.
Yeah, right.
So.
Maybe we should listen to it. We'll have some more input on it. But that's fuck. Because I laughed when I saw that on Twitter. It was just like, I did it. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know, right?
You serious, bro? Like, I don't know.
Oh, jeez. But I mean, okay, there's another one I wanted to talk to you about. Because I mean, being 20, I mean, I don't even know why we got into secret societies, but all right.
Yeah.
But going back to the premise of today's show was reviewing 2022. What was your thought on the Marvel Universe in the state it is in right now?
This is a good story, and we are going to talk about it. I just need to go to the toilet.
And on that,
I'm just going to keep it
we're
running.
We're going to take a quick break.
Yeah. So, Marvel,
yes.
So we are officially in Phase 5. For people who don't know, do you know? We're in Phase 5 now.
Yes, I know. Phase 5.
So apparently, the Guardian special was the first introduction to Phase 5.
Yes. Which was a good
introduction. I actually really loved it.
I mean, it was only 42 minutes, but it was 42 minutes of non-stop. I could not stop laughing. It was so good.
Yeah, I think I really liked how they highlighted Drax and oh my God, I'm forgetting her name.
Shit.
Mantis.
Mantis, yes.
My favorite character. But I like how they focused on her, on those two, and I think James Gunn, which we'll talk about in a little bit. he basically said they've not been sidelined, but they haven't been the main focus of something Guardians related. So that's why he wanted to put the focus back on them.
Well,
for
I
this.
mean, in Guardians 3, I mean, this is the final Guardians, and there won't be no more Guardians after this.
Yeah.
You know, I think this is going to be revolving around Rocket. So,
Yeah.
but from the trailer that I the little small bit that I saw, I think one of them is going to die.
I don't know if they've confirmed that.
I don't know.
That.
It looks like it's going. I mean, look. Either way, it's a nice way of introducing Phase 5, right? Because you're starting off with a group of superheroes that we're not going to see again.
Yeah.
Like that's the truth, which is sad though, because it's weird because Adam Warlock is in this one and he's a huge part in the Marvel universe. So I don't know how they're going to go unless they reboot Guardians with different actors. Which is a possibility down the road.
I think they've all but confirmed that's what's going to happen because James has said that this is the last film with this iteration of the Guardians.
Yeah.
So he hasn't necessarily said this is the last Guardians. It's this Guardians.
Yeah, these Guardians.
And, moving forward, I don't think they're going to call it like Volume 4 or anything like that. I think they'll have a bit of a subtitle or something to it.
Yeah. I mean, that's more of a James Gunn sort of vibe, right? That's his vibe. So
the trailer, I think, is extremely misleading. It definitely points that Rocket is going to die.
I thought it was more Drax.
I think Drax is going to die. Yeah. I think Drax and Gamora are going to bite the dust. I think Gamora is going to sacrifice herself. So, no? No,
because I think Gamora's going to live so that way her and Star-Lord can live.
Oh, no, not Gamora. Oh, my fucking God.
Not Groot.
No, what's Gamora's sister's name?
Oh, man.
I'm having a fucking mind fuck right now.
The Nebula.
I think Nebula is going to sacrifice herself for Gamora. Or I think... But my prediction is this. Because you've got Lila, Rocket's girlfriend, who's in this one now. Did you see that otter?
No.
In the trailer?
He has a girlfriend?
Yeah, in the comics he has a girlfriend, Lila. In the trailer, you can see them run up and they hug.
Hugs. Yeah.
So they've already focused that this is kind of like we're gonna see how Rocket was created, which I think is going to be extremely sad to see.
Yeah.
But the reason why I say I think it's misleading is because they heavily showed that he's not doing too good. He was just like, we're gonna fly together into the forever blue sky or something like that. That sounds like something you say when you're about to die. Why would they make it that obvious? And with James Gunn being James Gunn, he's very secretive and trying to hold back on a lot of things. And if he didn't want people to basically say, oh yeah, Rocket's gone, why would they do that?
I mean, look, they got to make it sort of like a cliffhanger to reel you in, like, holy shit, what's going on, right? Yeah. But either way, like you stated in the beginning, it is a great introduction to the Phase 5 because Phase 4...
Man, let's talk about Phase 4. That's the reason why we're actually talking about this.
Phase 4 was in 2022. Look, I mean, it started beginning of the end of 2021. Sorry, where it started off absolutely amazing with Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Are you talking about just this year? Or
well, I mean, like, year? Well, let's face it,
not Phase 4 as a whole.
Well, I'm talking about Phase 4 as a whole because it started amazing with Spider-Man.
No, it started with WandaVision. Back in 2020.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Well...
Yeah. If you want to talk about...
Well, look, I'm going to talk about this. Like, in terms of the actual films, not the TV shows.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I will say that the best movie that they've had was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, that felt like an event. I don't care how you put it, but that was an event. That was a spectacular. That was off the chart. And then we were waiting for Doctor Strange. Multiverse.
I remember we watched Doctor Strange and it was not a moment. We lost our shit when John Krasinski appeared as Reed Richards.
Yeah,
but a few days later, you messaged me and you're like, "Yo, what did you actually think about Doctor Strange?" I'm like, you know what? I actually don't think it was that great. I digested it and I'm like,
I go back to it goes back to the director. Like I've been like the thing is this, right? I've always been a huge Sam Raimi fan in terms of one franchise that he owns, which is the Evil Dead. Yeah. I love the
Does he own that or he just
Well, no, like he wrote it, all that sort of stuff, right? I love that franchise. However, every other movie Sam Raimi has touched, it's been the exact same formula. Exact same formula, but he just tries to disguise it in different ways. In this, it's the exact same thing. I wasn't like all the little pop scares that he tried to do. It was like straight Evil Dead ripoffs, right? I was like, oh god, okay.
Like the eye transitions and a
all
lot of
that-
other things.
all that stuff.
I
And
saw that. Yeah.
It just like it needed to be darker. It needed to be like it needed to feel like an event, right? And I just don't think it really was. I think it fell flat on its face a lot of the times.
I'm trying to remember why I didn't like it. I
just think the way it was shot. I think some of the storyline dialogue I just wasn't a fan of.
I think it didn't play with the multiverse as much as it probably should have.
Exactly. Like, I mean,
especially when it's in the title.
I think what they should have done, Marvel, is put What If after the movie released, because a lot of that stuff you saw and you're like, oh fuck, that's so cool, right? But you've already seen it though in What If, you know. So it's like, I would have preferred to see What If after. And man, that's probably the other, like in terms of the TV shows, I think the TV shows have been more solid than the actual films.
I agree with that actually. Let's talk about the TV shows, because WandaVision
was dope. I
love WandaVision.
Like,
It's a bit controversial because it's a bit of hit and miss for a lot of people. I really enjoyed WandaVision. I thought the format was extremely unique.
Yeah.
The fact that each episode is set in a different time period in television.
But then,
what the fuck? Who does that?
But then,
you know?
like once you get through the first 4 episodes of that, you really start seeing what Wanda's doing.
Yeah.
And it really got into it, and that's what made it more enjoyable. Like, the first 2 episodes it can be.
I remember they released the first 2 episodes on the same day.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking glad they did.
Yeah, like it was a bit like, okay, I'm gonna push on, but it was cool though. Like it really set things up. And then moving forward to that was what, the Captain America and the Winter Soldier. No, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I know you didn't. I loved it.
No, what was it that I didn't enjoy? I didn't really enjoy Moonlight. Moonlight.
You know that's getting a second season?
Apparently, yeah.
I'm shocked at that because I thought that was shit.
I thought it was really that was actually quite bad.
Yeah, it was shit.
What was it? I really liked the dynamic between Mark and what was the other character's name?
You know one series I hope that doesn't come back?
What?
And
Ms. Marvel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I still haven't finished it.
Like,
I will finish it, but I couldn't
I've got
do it,
no
bro.
issues with having strong female leads, right? Got no issues with that. I love that, as a matter of fact. I mean, one movie that I will right now, if you can go see, is the Woman King, right? That's an awesome movie. Absolutely all female cast, awesome movie. But the one thing I don't like is when Hollywood tries to shove that rhetoric of, like how can I put it? It's just they make things too obvious in terms of like the women power, the strong feminine women. What would be the right word to use? The empowerment of women.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it, but there's like a huge shove it right in your face type thing. And I feel like that's what the whole woke culture is what I'm also referring to.
Well, every main Avenger now has a female version.
Counterpart, which is cool.
Kate Bishop, Ironheart.
That's cool. Like
Captain Carter.
But that's the thing. Like,
nothing wrong with it, because that is legit in the comics.
Like in Hawkeye, Kate Bishop, she is fucking cool.
Kate Bishop. Yeah, fucking right she is.
Cool, man.
Actually, no. Let's talk about Hawkeye. Hawkeye was good for the last 3 episodes. I did not enjoy the first 3 episodes.
I enjoyed every moment of it.
No.
I can't. What was her name? What's the actress's name? Something Steinfeld.
Haley.
Yeah. Amazing actress. I loved it. I loved how she acted. I loved the chemistry that her and Hawkeye had. Everything was absolutely, in my opinion, was cool.
Yeah.
I love that show. I thought it was great.
I'll have to rewatch it. But there was one scene. There was a scene in the first episode where Kate's running from A to B. Watch it, because I did, and I'm like, she's running for a while.
Yeah.
Like usually it's like, okay, I'll see you soon. I got to get to this place. Run out of frame. Run away. Run into frame.
Yeah.
At the location. They ran with her. We followed her on that journey.
Yeah.
And I was watching, I'm like, why is this taking so long? I'm not saying that's like the thing that made me hate the series, but I'm trying to remember why I didn't like it.
I don't know. I found it odd that you didn't like it.
I'll have to rewatch it.
Like another show that I don't think you liked too much neither was She-Hulk, and a lot of people didn't, but I loved She-Hulk. I thought that was amazing.
I thought the writing was shit. I loved the first 2 episodes with her and Bruce. I loved that.
I loved all of it. I really looked forward to it.
And I hate even the finale with Kevin.
Come on, that was amazing.
It was cool. It was cool, but it's like, it kind of like, oh, so what was the point of the last like few episodes? Because it was kind of like, oh, like this is like, maybe that will come back.
Well,
with
remember that there's I think less than a handful of superheroes that can break the fourth dimension, and she's one of them. And then of course Deadpool,
yeah,
right? I mean, the way that she broke that fourth wall was literally spectacular.
Yeah.
So
I will admit, I had a big smile on my face when I saw her walking around Marvel Studios, and I'm like, where is this going?
Yeah.
And I was actually expecting to see Kevin Feige, but it ended up being a little robot with Kevin's hat on it. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But I think the main complaint about Phase 4 is just this overarching feeling of where is this going? We know it's the multiverse saga, but where is the fuck is it going?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I felt like it was just a setup of introducing new characters, right? And their origin stories. But you are right. There is no direction as to where it's going. I mean, Loki was another amazing TV show that, you know, no one can fault at all. The writing, the acting, everything was just spot on. And when we finally got introduced to who the baddie's going to be for this saga, Kang, I mean, come on. Like, it's awesome. But yeah, look, I still feel like, you know, Phase 4 was definitely a letdown, though. Like, it wasn't as great as the other phases, but see how we go.
Yeah, what do you think about Eternals?
Yeah. I can't believe that there's going to be a second one. I can't believe that they're still in canon. I mean,
are they?
Well,
are they making a second one?
Yeah, they're making a second one.
Wow.
And they never explained how, like, there's a celestial sticking out of that fucking atmosphere on Earth. Like, come on now. Like, you can't just hide that shit.
Yeah.
So
I think that was fucking insane that they basically made Earth an egg. And it has been an egg the whole time.
Yep.
And I think this is where the biggest changes came in as well, because it basically established that, the Earth is the egg, and dreams in the MCU are a look into the multiverse. Mm-hmm. If you remember back to Endgame, at the start of Infinity War, Tony Stark's talking to Pepper, and he's like, I had a dream, and we had a daughter named Morgan. So he was actually looking into another multiverse, into another universe where, you know, he had a kid. And
the funny thing is, Morgan does become the next Iron Man.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Like, what the fuck's happening with that? Because we got Morgan, we got Ironheart, and then Harley. Iron Man 3. So what's going on with that?
Who knows? One time will tell. But then, look, I mean, as much as Phase 4 was flat on its face, I mean, let's just face it, they're still looking stellar compared to the DCEU. I mean...
Last transition.
Yeah, unfortunately, look, the one thing that I can say about the DCEU that is absolutely the one thing that they had that I thought was great was Snyder. Like, you know, when they released the Snyder Cut for Justice League, that was amazing. Mind you, how much pressure did they have? When James Gunn decided to do Peacemaker. Oh, no, not Peacemaker. Suicide Squad. That was great for them. And then to do a spin-off show, which was Peacemaker, I mean, God, that show is so good.
I haven't seen it. Are they making a season 2?
I bloody hope so, because, I mean, there was a special little cameo of 2 members of the Justice League at the end, and there was this running gag throughout the whole season, and it confirms it at the end, which was so good, which I don't want to ruin it for everyone, but yeah.
Is that the Aquaman thing? I've seen that. Okay, so let's get down to why it's an issue. So, Jesus Christ, sorry. Sorry, I swear I don't have COVID. Okay, so the issue that I have is, and I understand that James has just come in the last 3 weeks or a month, so he didn't have any involvement with Black Adam in regards to bringing back Superman and stuff like that. I I read today that apparently Henry Cavill was nothing but a prawn. Is that it? Is that what?
Porn.
Are you all right, Messi? Seriously. Apparently, yeah. Like Henry was just he was just basically a puzzle piece and trying to get Dwayne Johnson to have more control over DC. Because as of today, as we're recording this episode, he has now unfollowed Warner Brothers Discovery and the Black Adam Instagram channel. Why would you do that while you're trying to promote your own movie? So he's obviously pissed off.
Yeah, of course he is.
Another reason why it's not good is the fact that we just had Henry come out less than 2 months ago and say, hey, this is just a taste. And he put up a picture of the Black Adam suit that he wore. He's saying this is just a teaser for what's to come.
And he left a really popular show that was making him he was banking it.
Mind you, I did hear he did leave because of creative differences, not necessarily because of Superman. But I have a feeling Superman probably did have a
huge part to play.
Huge part to play in that. He's not going back to The Witcher.
No.
Liam Hemsworth is still going to be playing him. It's just sad, dude. It's just sad. I think
they really what they've done. They really have like played with Henry's. They pinballed him, man. Like, you know, he was going all over the shop, and now. But then they've announced that he's got a show or movie that they're going to be doing, which is the
Warhammer. Yeah.
The Warhammer. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. That's going to make some good coin because what the following that Warhammer has, with the whole Space Marines and all that stuff, it's a huge following, right? Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, Warhammer is like a tabletop game. So, you know, it's all about, you know, it's like, I don't know, what, Space Marines versus Orcs or some shit. I don't know, something like that.
I don't fucking know.
But all I know is that, yeah, sure enough, he's going to be fine. And they're pushing for him to be the next Bond as well.
I've heard that as well.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know if he'll be suited for Bond because I think he's a little bit too tall.
Big. I think a bit too big.
I mean, he was already a Bond villain, wasn't he? Or was that Mission Impossible? No,
he is Mission Impossible, yeah.
Okay. So, I don't know, man. Like, could it be an next Bond? Yeah, sure, because... I mean, I didn't even like how they exited Daniel Craig in the
you didn't like it?
I was kind of sad by it.
Oh, sad, but
like,
you know,
like
he got 5-6 movies out of him.
I'm thinking they genuinely killed Bond. Bond never fucking dies.
Yeah.
Sorry if I ruined it.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah, but like, he like, I mean, this is the thing. They're gonna have to reboot the franchise again.
Are you talking about DC or Bond?
No, Bond. But back to DC. Look, so let's see. They've gotten rid of Ben Affleck in terms of him being Batman, but they are talking to him about maybe directing.
Yeah.
They want him as a director. They've gotten rid of Jason Momoa as Aquaman.
He's apparently going to be playing Lobo, yeah.
Which is great because
it's
he
good
was
fitting.
Like
yeah.
Lobo. Man, I don't know if you've ever read any Lobo comics, but yeah, I always saw Jason Momoa as Lobo. Yeah. What's going to happen to the Flash? Like, I mean, Ezra Miller is like, he's a liability because that dude this year has had some massive legal issues.
Take a guess when Aquaman 2 is coming out.
It's next year, I think mid next year, ain't it?
December 23rd, 2023. That's coming out. I looked it up yesterday. I'm like, no way. That is still over a year away.
That's insane.
That is insane.
That's already been shot. Everything like
yeah.
Actually, we can segue to that into something else. Soon.
Okay, I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, but so where they're gonna go with fucking the Flash, and then they got rid of Batgirl because it was so poorly made.
Yeah. So what was the goal with that? Why did they get rid of?
Oh, because it was crap. It was crap.
Okay.
The acting was crap. The writing was crap. I mean, when they released the photos of the image of the suit of the Batgirl suit, it looked like a Power Ranger suit. I mean, it was just so poorly done.
Yeah, it's a shame that Brendan Fraser won't be.
Yeah,
that's disappointing.
Wasn't he playing? I think Firefly or something.
Firefly, yeah.
Which I like that character, that villain. And see, this is the thing. And how many Batmans do you need in a fucking universe? Because they had like
Michael Keaton was supposed to be the new one.
But then it was meant to be the only one, I think. But now we've got fucking what's it called?
Robert?
Twilight Boy, yeah, him.
This is why it's going to be extremely hypocritical about Henry, because I'm very pissed off. You have Batman, like the Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman, in its own separate universe. You have Joker. They're now filming Joker 2 in its own separate universe. We've had Henry in the main universe. Why the fuck are we getting rid of him, but these guys can still coexist? I don't get that.
There is no. The only one that's going to coexist in the Batman universe is Robert. They've fucked off all the others.
Have they confirmed that? I don't know if they've confirmed that.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's what I was saying. Ben Affleck.
But Joker's still in its own separate universe.
Yeah, Joker's in his own separate universe, but that's fine because that's set back into whatever. Like it's not going to touch,
And answer me this: so, are they going to get a new Harley Quinn? Are they going to keep Peacekeeper?
Oh God, I hope so. Well, I reckon they're going to keep Peacekeeper because that's a James Gunn baby project. I can't see.
See, and that's where he's going to be a hypocrite if they don't get rid of Harley, which I hope they don't, because Margot Robbie's a great Harley Quinn.
Man, once again, you have made an actress. Literally, she encaptures Harley Quinn to the T perfectly. She's stunning. But she's got that maniacal sense about her. Same with Henry. Henry is the epitome of Superman, just like how Christopher Reeves was back in the 80s. Like, there's never been another man. Like, I don't care who you are, whether you were like Dean Cain or whether you were, what was that other dude that did Superman Returns? I can't remember his name. But anyway, like, they weren't close to the caliber of Christopher Reeves or Henry Cavill. Like, Henry is just that. He's Superman. But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, because apparently the new Superman that they're talking about is going to be in the younger years.
Yeah. It's not like we had a fucking 10-year
Well, not
long
only
series.
that, as well, it's not an origin story, which is so good because I'm so sick and tired of origin stories.
Yeah. I'm trying to find... Someone put up a slate, a fake DC slate of what they should do. I won't be able to find it, but it was fucking funny. But it was real. Like, it wasn't real, but it was like, this is what you should do. Just give me 2 secs.
So while he's doing that, this is a little quick word on our unsponsored business right here, Prime. Go check them out, guys. It tastes delicious. It's great. It's refreshing. It definitely hydrates you. And if Logan and KSI see this, hey, hook a brother up, yeah? But yeah, go get some Prime into you. It is really, really good. And like I said, they're the unofficial sponsors of this podcast because they don't know we exist.
That would be cool if we got a sponsor.
Oh, man, that'd be awesome.
I can't find it, but I'll just explain what it was. So someone made a slate of what they should do.
Right.
If James Gunn wants to reboot moving forward, this is what you do. 2024. You got Wonder Woman 3.
No, they've canned that.
Oh, no. This is what they said. This is what they said they should do.
Yeah.
You got Wonder Woman 3.
Yep.
Ben Affleck's solo movie.
Oh, the BAM, yes. Yep.
Man of Steel 2.
Yes.
Justice League 2 and 3. And then you do whatever the fuck you want.
Yep.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
After that, if you want to fucking reboot, cool. DC fans would have at least gotten
what they wanted.
Wanted. And James Gunn, more than anything, should have seen, and he knows how much people wanted Henry back.
Yes. I mean, everybody wanted Affleck's The Batman, right?
Yeah.
Like, they wanted that so bad. They wanted Man of Steel 2, 100%. Like, and they wanted the sequel or the trilogy of Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah.
Like, they wanted that. It's just a shame that, it's not going to happen. But then I'm wondering, because, like, there's still a movie slated, which was, it's Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle, yeah.
And I don't know what's going to happen to that franchise. I was kind of curious.
James posted tweeted the poster like a week ago. So he's obviously supporting it.
Cool, because, I mean, look, I'm just going to say this. I know it's going to sound somewhat hypocritical, but that's going to be, the first Latino superhero, actual superhero.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
because that's the guy who's playing Blue Beetle is the guy from Cobra Kai, Manuel.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is Manuel? Is that his name? I can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah, so, and again, that was made before you came into play. What's happening with that? Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
And a lot of people have been asking, what's the point in watching everything coming out next year if there's no fucking point?
There's no direction.
There's no direction.
I mean, they're doing I mean, the Flash is going to flop then because it's meant to be Flashpoint.
Yeah.
To what Flashpoint? What timeline? If they gotten rid of everybody that's meant to be there, what's the point of watching Aquaman 2 when Aquaman ain't going to be Aquaman? But then,
You know who they should have put in charge of DC?
who?
James Wan.
Dude from Saw.
Yeah, he's directed Aquaman, both of them. They probably should have
never
put him
been a
in charge. I feel because I loved the first Aquaman.
Yeah, it was all right. Like, I didn't mind it. Like, I mean,
If anyone,
I mean,
Zack Snyder. But
look,
I think James Wan would have been a good fit.
I think that James Gunn is perfect for the position. However, I just think that he's just, I don't know. Like, you're right in terms of the slate. They should have just run with given the people what they wanted, and then just reboot the whole thing like they did in the comics, right? Where what they've done in the comics at one point, they were like. They do it in all comics, really, but they finished off a run, and then they turned DC into the New 52. Yeah. And then after the New 52, it was called something else.
I don't know. Something that... fuck, we're just playing make-believe here. But what would have been cool if they did that slate that I just said, in Justice League 3, like a second type of Flashpoint happens, and then... James Gunn's thing.
Exactly.
And that could be a fresh start.
Exactly. They really had the formula of doing that, but then I guess the studios didn't feel like it was profitable enough. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows? Because Warner Brothers got rid of a lot of fucking DC shows and movies. They cancelled they were going on a tirade. They were worse than Netflix.
Yeah. I never watched the Flash series. I never watched that. Mainly because the CGI looked like shit.
Yeah, the CGI did look like shit. No, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was a huge Flash fan of the TV show up until, like, I think the last season. I didn't bother because, yeah, it got pretty boring.
Yeah. But, I don't know.
The only other cool thing is that I got to meet one of the actors when I was in LA.
Which one?
It was Barry Allen's daughter. Yeah.
Let's go. How'd you meet her?
Oh, I was at the farmer's market. In LA with my dad, and I just happened to see her with her partner, and I recognized her straight away. And she's a little short girl too. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Barry Allen's girlfriend or daughter?
No, daughter. Well, she plays the daughter in the show, and I recognized her, and I was like, "Oh shit, there she is!" And I was like, "Oh fuck it, I'm gonna go say hi." So I ran up to her, and I'm like, "Hey, look." I made a bullshit excuse to say, "Hey, look, my wife is a huge fan of you and the show," which was really just me.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I'm like, "Look, I'm from Australia. Do you mind if I just take a photo so I can just rub it in her face?" And she laughed, and she's like, "Yeah, sure." Oh. And then took the photo, and then she did a little quick message for Lee, for my wife, and yeah, it was.
Does Lee watch The Flash?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, I was just hoping she wasn't doing that and signing that. But I'm like, that's a complete waste.
So it was really cool, man. But yeah, so.
That's cool. You know, actually, I haven't told you this story. Actually, I have not told you this story before. So let me set the scene.
Oh, okay.
It's New York City, 2012, and my family are there. We're on holiday, and we booked out this guy who's like a tour like.
So you went to New York?
I've been to New York twice.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I've been to.
I am so jealous.
Oh, you haven't been to New York?
I've never been to New York. That's a city I'm dying to go.
Oh, bro, you're gonna fucking love this story.
Because I mean, one reason it's the birthplace of hip hop, so that's why I'm dying to go there.
Yeah, it's it wasn't too bad. Both times we've gone. It's been in the winter, so it's fucking freezing.
I would love to go to New York in the winter.
Yeah, I don't think it was snowing either time that we went, which sucked. That would have been cool.
I would love to go through like Central Park and winter, man.
Well, what we did. So when we went to New York this second time, this has literally been like 10 years. We haven't been since in 2012. But my family booked out this dude who's a tour guide, and he kind of like we rode the subway. We went out around to like these different spots, and he would show us around, and then he'd point out different things to us, like, oh, yada, yada, yada. And we saw, like, Ben Stiller's apartment that you can see from Central Park and stuff like that. We saw the exterior shot from Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Which is cool. But we were walking down this street, fuck, I haven't thought about this in a while. We're walking down the street, and it's like a bunch of apartments and stuff like that. And then we see this man walk out of his apartment and walk down the stairs and puts his rubbish in the bin. And he looks at us and he gives us a bit of a smile, and he just walks back up into his apartment. Guess who it was?
New Yorker. I'm gonna assume.
You know, you won't know, but just take a wild guess. Who do you think it was?
If it's New York, I don't know, Robert De Niro.
William Dafoe.
Oh my God! You saw William. How come you never told me this story?
I don't know. I was just thinking, I'm like, how the fuck am I not tell this story? Yeah.
Whoa!
We were like, oh, that was the Green Goblin. Yeah, true story. We walked into his apartment, and then we went to Central Park.
Wow.
I think it was Central Park. We went somewhere. Yeah, I just remember walking down this. Fuck, it's been like 10 years. But yeah, we saw William Dafoe.
Do you know what borough? Do you remember what borough you were? Were you in Brooklyn?
No. Is Brooklyn like outside of New York?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we weren't there. We were in New York.
So you were in Manhattan.
We're in Manhattan. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry, I should have been more specific. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Man, William.
We saw that was
William
pretty
Dafoe
cool.
is like another like favorite actor of mine. Like I love William Dafoe.
You know what? If there was anything good about rebooting DC,
yes, him as the Joker.
him
yes.
as the fucking Joker.
Yes, I totally.
James,
agree.
if you're not going to listen to us about Henry, listen to us about the Joker.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool.
William would be very nice as the Joker. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind. What's his face? God, I'm so bad with names.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah.
Well, they've got a fucking new Joker now as well. The guy he's an actor in Eternals, and he's now, I think his name's Barry.
What?
I think his name's Barry.
There's a new Joker that's been cast?
Yeah, in the Batman. Remember at the end of the movie?
Oh, yeah. That's right. He's all scarred up and shit, and he looks like the Joker from the 52. Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Can't really say I like what he looks like.
Well, is what it is. I mean, like, if they're going with the new, B-52, the new 52 Joker, I mean, at one point, Joker cuts his own face off and stuff, so.
See, that would be interesting to see on camera.
Well, he fucking also cuts, is it Alfred's face and puts on Alfred's face as well or some shit?
Why did he do it in the comics?
Because he's a fucking lunatic.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, no, they did it in Gotham, though, didn't they?
I think they tried to do it in Gotham, yeah.
Let me have a look. I'm pretty sure they did it in Gotham.
But the one fucking storyline they need to do is the Court of Owls. Yeah.
They did a good job on that.
That series is amazing. But
Court of Owls.
Yeah, Court of Owls.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's all about secret society as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because what it is that the Court of Owls.
Oh, no, it is too. Yeah,
it's a society that actually has run Gotham for centuries.
Yeah.
And that the Wayne family was part of the Court of Owls, but they broke away and then they became powerful and then shit happens.
Well, another thing that happened this year was Kevin Conroy.
Yeah,
that's sad.
Look, that one hit home. That one hit as hard as Stan Lee for me.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, so Kevin passing. I mean, and the thing was they released Kevin did a cameo, his very last cameo, before he died. I think it was like about a week or something. But the cameo was a bit chilling in the sense that it was inspiring, but he was talking about death and. But it was along the lines of like, hey, look, live your life to the best you can, right? And it was such a beautiful message that he was giving this guy. But yeah, it was sad to see that Kevin Conroy passed away. For those of you who don't know, he was the voice of Batman in the Batman animated series back in the 90s, and he's actually remained the voice of Batman in a lot of the animated movies that has been released and video games. So he's like, he was a legend.
Would the cameo be on YouTube?
I don't know.
Let's look this up.
I think it's like last cameo of Kevin Conroy. But yeah, it was a beautiful message. But yeah, just to see him go the way he did, it was sad. But I mean, it is what it is, right?
How long has he been gone for?
About a month at most. But look, if you can't find it, the segue I was gonna. Yeah, you found it?
Yeah, sorry, I just got an ad. I don't want to play it on the thing though.
Yeah.
This is sad. I haven't seen this.
Yeah, it was.
Brendan Roberts, this is Batman, calling you from the library of Wayne Manor. This is for you, Brendan. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Okay, now this is Kevin. Brendan, as you can see, I'm calling you from the library of Wayne Manor.
Sorry,
I
just
don't-
for people who don't know,
I don't know if this is the one. No,
might
I
not
don't
be it.
think- I
Because
don't
there's a
think-
month ago.
I mean, I mean, it wasn't the one that I saw though. But yeah, look, there's a lot of. I think that
just
maybe
hope
the
this-
one.
It's actually the 30th year officially of Batman the Animated Series.
I don't know.
But
So
then
for people who don't know, Kevin Conroy has played he's been the voice actor for Batman since what year?
Oh, I've already told him that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, he
Okay,
was the
yeah,
voice
sorry.
actor of the Batman
Yeah.
90s animated movies
Welcome to
or
Bat-
shows.
Yeah. I don't know if this is it on.
Batman Beyond, and then
No,
the rest is
that's
that?
not it.
Yeah,
But I mean,
that's
look,
okay.
the thing is that the guy was a legend in terms of voice acting and stuff like that. Like him and I mean, you put him and Mark Hamill
Yeah.
together. I mean, they literally will send chills. I mean, Mark Hamill alone, and for those of you that may not know, he's Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill plays the voice as the Joker, and Jesus,
Yeah.
Mark Hamill's another amazing actor. Like you would be surprised. Like you'd think that, hey, like, you know, because he's so. Let's face it, Mark Hamill's been stereotyped as Luke Skywalker, and that's all he's ever been. But to know that he's the voice of the Joker is
Yeah.
insane,
Yeah.
and he does it so well.
It's very smooth the way he does it as well. I've seen him go from like pretty much a normal to
Yeah.
he really embodies the character. He
Yeah,
like
he
shrinks up his
does.
face and
He
stuff.
does.
So
But yeah, I mean, but the other big event that this year had that you and I had a great time and we were enjoying every second of it was the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
my god, dude. Yeah, how can we fucking Jesus Christ? How can we not
You
talk
and
about that?
I was staying up
Yeah.
watching the trial live.
Because what time did it start? It would start like
Yeah, fucking like almost
Midnight?
2 midnight or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
some shit like that. But we'd stay up watching it, man.
I remember because I'd wake up the next day and like they'd be on the last few minutes of
Yeah,
the trial,
yeah.
and then there's a channel that I watch called Popcorn Planet.
Yep.
Andy Signor, I think his name is. He would recap the whole thing and stuff like that. But that was something else.
That
It's
was
horrible.
hilarious.
The circumstances were horrible.
Oh, well.
But I'm pretty sure Johnny was having a good time. He's like he was laughing throughout
I
the
mean,
thing.
you like okay, so
Dog stepped on a bee.
yeah, like throughout the whole thing, you knew Amber Heard was full of shit.
Yeah.
Like there was no way around it. And Johnny's solicitor or lawyer, whatever you want to call her, she was just a beast.
Yeah.
She would.
What was her
tear-
name? Camilla Vasquez or something?
yeah, something like
Camilla?
that.
Yeah, Camilla.
But,
she was a fucking boss, yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there were rumors that they went on a date or something afterwards. I don't know what.
I think it was, I think it might have just been like professional help. But man, that whole situation was so fascinating, and it was just, it is.
I mean, a lot of women, I'm not going to lie, like, I saw a lot of, after when Johnny won the verdict and all that, a lot of women jumped on social media saying that was disgusting. How dare they, award it to a female abuser, rah, 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 rah. I'm thinking, come on, man. Like, they
my thing is like, did you watch the same trial that we did?
exactly. That's what I
That's
mean.
what I
Like,
was saying.
I went in there with an open mind, right? Like, yeah, I'm a Johnny Depp fan. But if he did some of the shit that she claimed he did,
Yeah.
come on.
Mind you, there is apparently some evidence that was not allowed to be shown in court. That like revealed a few more things about the both of them. But something that was really unfair was the fact that, and it was an accident on Johnny's lawyer's side. They accidentally sent every single text that Johnny had sent on his phone to Amber's lawyers. They did it by accident.
Yeah.
That's why throughout the court case they were going through and they were reading out things, but they weren't. But Amber didn't show her text.
No.
I don't know if there wasn't if it was because they weren't allowed to or what, but
Who knows? I wouldn't know.
but
But
that
I
re-
mean,
yeah.
that was like another. I mean, that was an interesting time during that period where we were watching that, and like really, it was just absolutely. I mean, it couldn't play out any better, right? It was like like a really cheesy soap opera.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Like one of your Days of Our Lives type thing where I mean, even Johnny's reaction on the stand, you can see when he's like literally taking the piss. He was laughing at some points, you know.
And we had objection hearsay heard so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, and the lawyer objected to his own question.
Yeah.
And then the judge was like, "You asked the question." Yeah. Oh my god, because he says, it and then he's like,
I object to this question.
That was so.
Motherfucker, you asked the question.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what my favorite moment was. That is up there with one of my favorite moments. But that is actually one of the things, and this feels completely out of place now, considering we've kind of like just completely moved past it. But one of the things that made Paddy a massive fucking hypocrite was that, a few months ago, he came out pretty strong with that whole, it's not weak to speak, and he did that night. I wholeheartedly agree. The issue that made him very controversial was the fact that he said that, but then he went on a podcast with Dana White, the guy who fucking pays him, and he just sucked up to him and started talking trash about a guy who, because the whole reason why he was bringing it up is like, oh, you make money off fighters, you should pay us. Yeah, that's up in the air about whether or not you should do that. But the thing is, this dude, Ariel, has literally made a living. He's built a job doing what he loves. And he's not there to defend himself. And you're just going to go on there and talk shit about him. It makes no fucking sense.
No, it doesn't.
It's fucked. It is fucked.
But there are people out there who are trying to get fighters better pay. Let's talk about.
Okay.
The gentleman's brother who owns this company.
One
Jake
last
Paul.
topic. Yes, one last topic. That is a good way.
Jake Paul has had a fucking phenomenal year.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I've actually converted into a Jake Paul already. I can't believe I have said that.
You know what?
But
today, because I was clearing out the cameras, and I found video from the Ben Askren fight that we did.
Yeah.
And the last thing that we shot, Gilly and I, on camera, was the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight. That's how long ago it has been since we've done a podcast.
Yeah.
And that whole fight, we're like, I hope Ben wins. I hope Ben wins. And it's just funny seeing us back then and seeing us now, no.
Like, he's converted me, because I will say that Jake Paul is a fighter.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and it's funny because in that video, you were like, you know what? To be a fighter.
Yeah, I know.
No way. So it's just funny. What, a year and a half later?
He's put in the effort. He's put in the hard work. He's definitely got the dedication to the sport. So big ups to him. Like, I mean, a lot of people didn't believe him. I mean, like, they can say, oh, look, he doesn't fight, actual fighters or real fighters, which is bullshit. He's still fighting UFC fighters. Even people past their prime, they can still take a, punch. I mean, Anderson Silva is no pushover.
Yeah.
So for him to take him on, far out, man, I give him props. Logan, I give him props. One, he's released this. Two, he's gone into the WWE. Okay.
Oh, and I bought his action figure.
Yeah,
I did that because I told you at the fight last week. I was like,
do you want to release the actual content of how you came about that?
How I bought? Oh, yeah, why I bought it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you thought it's gonna like raise in value.
Oh, it might be worth something in like 20, 30 years. You never know.
Yeah, all right. You never know, but
yeah. Because I watched one of Logan's videos. And it's like for 2 weeks only, and I'm like, when did this video come out? And I clicked the link, and it was like 7 hours left. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. It's $60. I'll just get it. It might be worth something in a few years. If not, it's going to look cool on the shelf.
Yeah, Logan Paul WWE figurine Gen 1. You never know. It might. But like the thing is, the Paul brothers have like definitely made some sort of waves this year as well.
Yeah.
Another set of brothers who've made waves this year behind the scenes, but now coming out, which is really good, I have to bring up, is a big shout out to the Philip Hoos brothers, the Raka Boys.
Yeah,
the movie has now gone to Sundance. Yeah. I mean, that is amazing.
That's incredible.
And we're talking about this is the change of guard in the sense of YouTubers. Like, if you get into the YouTube game and if you put your heart and soul into the craft that you love, who knows where it can take you, right? Because, I mean, Paul Brothers are an example. They use YouTube as a platform, launching pad to bigger and better things. The Raka Boys from Adelaide, all they cared and all they loved was making amazing content, right? They didn't care about anything else. They weren't doing it for the money. They did it for the love of creating and putting their own spin on things. They made a movie. Now going to Sundance. I
Yeah.
mean, it is inspirational. Like, it is pretty cool.
I remember back in 2014, when I was making short films, and they were like blowing up. They were starting to really find some traction.
I mean, the biggest video was the epic Nerf war video.
I thought it was the Star Wars versus
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter. Yeah.
No, the Nerf war is what launched them. That's
Oh no, but like that was like their biggest one at that time.
Oh man, that Star Wars one was amazing against Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like the way they shot that, and with the music and all. Oh, dude.
Because when we were making our short films and they were like blowing up, because all the videos at the time were being put on a channel, but it was under my name, and we were trying to come up with a channel name. We never changed it, which I kind of have a bit of regret about. But we were like throwing names around. We're like, oh, well, we should call ourselves the Funky Monkeys.
Funky Monkeys.
I think fuck we didn't do that, but
Funky Monkeys.
yeah, like we
Oh,
looked
that's
up to them 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like the fact that they're now finally releasing a film, and I'm keen to check it out.
Oh no, I'm gonna check this out. Like, look. If you don't know who we're talking about, go check out their channel. It's called Raka Raka. It's exactly how it sounds, on YouTube. They have done some really cool stuff, and in terms of like horror, they tried some really cool like vlog style videos. Like, do you remember I don't know if you saw it, but there was a video. It was sort of like a live.
I
footage.
did. Was the clown one, or which one did you see?
This was the one where it was like a car crash. Like,
Yeah,
they got
like-
chased. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that was it. Actually, at one point, I genuinely thought, "Holy shit, is this actually happening on YouTube Live?" And it wasn't live though.
Yeah, it was all
It
pre-recorded.
was all
yeah.
pre-recorded, but they did it on the live setting, which was amazing. And it was an edge of your seat little short movie, like it was just. It goes to show that creativity is endless.
Yeah.
So to see this movie coming out is going to be fucking cool, man. I'm there with a heartbeat.
One of the series they did was House of Raka.
Oh, I love House of Raka.
That was fucking incredible. I don't know why. It was just a bunch of dudes hanging out in a house, but I'm like, they made it so fun.
I was so inspired. I wished I had a crew like that I
Yeah.
could go into a house and just
Yeah.
create content all day and just chill with your mate, because that's living the dream.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we've seen Shami and them, and they do that, right?
Yeah.
But, like, it's a little bit different with them. They're more party boys. These guys, they were just a group of boys that, they do, party and stuff, but they really created some amazing content.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm keen to check out the movie when it comes out.
So,
But jumping back to the Jake Paul thing, like I some of the one of the things that he posted after the Silver fight, which I just thought was incredible and insane, was that he filmed himself basically coming back to his house. He jumped into the ice bath and then the spa, and then jumped immediately onto the podcast. You're looking at a dude who was like in the middle of a boxing match, probably an hour and a half before.
yeah. And not only that, he jumped on the podcast, and then he had to do a
Like a
appearance.
promotion,
An appearance at a night. Like, this is a guy that does not stop working,
Yeah.
and you gotta respect his hustle.
Yeah.
Like, his work ethics are on another fucking level. Like, literally, he spent an hour getting his face beat the fuck up.
Yeah.
Jump in an ice bath, cooled the fuck out, got himself together, did the podcast, and then go party. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think
That
I
was
could
like a
do
good
that.
vibe. That backyard that they were in.
Yeah,
the vibe
it
was cool.
Oh, well, the only thing that I found annoying was that
That fucking dude.
that co-host dude that kind of like exposed himself, like
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he
that was
really showed
rough.
some disrespect to Jake.
Yeah.
Like,
Was it the shoes thing?
Well, yeah, like, I mean, he was just Jake said something about winning some money, and then his co-host was like, "Well, I want some of that money," and then Jake replied back, "Well, I bought you shoes," and he's like, "Fuck these shoes! I don't
Yeah,
want these
that's
shoes."
wrong.
Like, I
Shouldn't do
mean, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, but then it goes to show how many yes men these guys have around. There's like, and that's why I respect more Logan, because Logan keeps it a really tight crew.
Have you seen that video of the dude who came up to Logan at, I think it was backstage at an event, and he
Yes.
asked Logan for a job, and the dude's and Logan's like, "What can you do?" And Logan's like, "What? So you got no talent?" And the guy's just like, "Yeah." And Logan's like, "What the fuck do you want me to do?"
Yeah.
And he was,
Logan pretty
that
much,
was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing.
bro.
I mean, Logan pretty much exposed him, going, "Dude, stop fucking writing coattails. You want something to happen, fucking make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, don't expect people to give you stuff. There's no handouts in this world. And Logan's 100% correct.
Yeah.
You know, and but yeah, that was cringy, bro.
Yeah. But one of the things that one thing I remember is just Logan saying, my team are like this.
Yeah.
We're locked in. And I love that.
Well, that's the thing. You just need to find, you know, a group of, you know, like there's this dude on TikTok. He's a comedian. His name is this fat old dude called Joey something. And the TikTok is one of those inspirational TikToks, right? Where he says, you know, he doesn't need a fucking army, right? He only needs, I think he said something along those lines. He needs 4 bad motherfuckers to you know, to run a country. That's all you need. It's 4 bad motherfuckers to have your back and have the same goal that you have, and that's all you need. And that's true. All you need is like a less than a handful of people to have that same sort of drive as you do, and you can move mountains. You know, so
we'll see if that applies to Zero Context. We'll see what we can do with this.
oh well, look, I mean, shit, we're 2 bad motherfuckers that are trying to bring, you know, I don't know, entertainment to the people. I mean, I think we're good enough.
We're kind of doing our job.
Yeah, well, I hope so. I hope people enjoy this podcast.
Yeah.
It won't be the last one. Hopefully, there's going to be plenty more in 2020.
Probably won't be another one for the rest of the year. This will be the last one. This will be the only one for the fucking year.
Well, I mean, the year is almost out. Like, we got 2 weeks left until the year's out. So
yeah. Sorry, I keep looking over there because I keep thinking that the lights are falling, but they're not. Like, no one can see the lights right now. But like, I've put
it's got Christmas lights all over.
I've got
the place.
Christmas lights literally all over my living room. But yeah, we're gonna do this more frequently.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, no, but like one thing's for certain, we definitely are going to be bringing out topics of on our podcast. I mean, I know it's called Zero Context, but there will be topics that we'll be talking about. And if there's anything that you guys would like us to touch in terms of topics, then yeah, you know, write a comment down below on this on the channel here, and we'll obviously read it and we'll reply back, and hopefully, yeah, we can talk about stuff. So, and if you're an interesting person out there that has a cool story or something, let us know. You never know. We might bring you up and have a chat with you.
I've got a few people that want to ask.
Yeah.
I won't say who it is, but I got a few people who might.
I've got a couple of ideas for myself too.
Yeah,
so
that'd be cool because the more people we can have, and I'm not going to do any more of those fucking Zoom podcasts I did. The only reason why is the sound's shit. The sound quality is just fucking garbage. So we're not going to be doing that. Unless we can work our way around it. But, you know, I really like the sitting down format where I'm not going to get too far into it, but basically in this house that we're in now, we have basically a decent sized space that we're kind of in the middle of doing some stuff to. But that is where we're going to be working out of. I think we're going to ditch the table setup and we're just going to go into a nice couch setup, comfy couch setup. If you're cool with that. I just feel like it's a little bit more chill.
At the end of the day, you run the show, bro. If you want to do the couch setup, we can do that.
I was just thinking that was an idea. We don't have to do it.
I don't care. I'm good with whatever.
Yeah. KSI, Logan,
Oh, yeah.
sponsor our podcast.
Yeah. Sponsor the podcast, please. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. This is our first time trying it. And it was actually
really good.
Really fucking good.
Yeah, like, guys, go check out Prime if you can get your hands on it. But don't be any suckers and buy, you know, like reseller prices, man.
Yeah,
like,
don't do that.
How much did this cost for a per bottle?
I don't know. For 5, it was 40.
Oh yeah, it's not
Which
bad.
actually is not bad. It was
Not bad.
actually cheaper than what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, man, good stuff. I mean,
So-
I'd probably drink this over. I can't believe I'm going to say this because I was drinking Oxy Shred.
Really? You'd have this over an Oxy Shred?
Yeah, I have.
I actually, you know what? I didn't think about that. I guess because Oxy Shred's a fat burner, this isn't a fat burner. The two different
No,
kinds
but
of
like
drinks.
I used it. Like I mean, look, be
Oh,
honest with
I
you, I really got to get off those fat burner type stuffs, man, because it's
Why?
not good for your body. Because it spikes
What about the
your
powdered
insulin.
ones?
It spikes your insulin, man. Like your body starts producing more insulin than it's meant to at times. And if you're the type of person that's going to need it, like it's good if you're working out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're needing it just like say an office sort of space and you're sitting down all day, all you're doing is just making your body more resistant to insulin, meaning that it's going to produce more insulin.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, and that's when you start becoming pre-diabetic and shit like that. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Something like this, I would definitely check out though. Not trying to diss Oxy Shred as well, because God, you know, you guys are also an unsponsored brand as well. We'd love to have Oxy Shred shit.
Yeah. We'll take all the sponsors we can get.
Yeah, that too.
We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you
Alright.
so much for tuning in and checking out the
Yep.
podcast. More to come. Thank
next
you for a big 2020 too.
Yeah, no, thank you definitely for a big 2022, even though it's only one episode. But I guess from me and Sam, we wish you a Merry Christmas
Yes.
and a great New Year. Stay safe. Obviously, when you're partying, have your designated drivers, guys. Just
Stay safe.
Yep,
Drink safely.
exactly. And until then,
See you next year.
see you in 2023. Woo!